Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's a black coffee, 0 calorie. There are almost 20 to 25,000 deaths every day because of starvation, no food. There are so many deaths, much more than this, because of overeating or eating the wrong food or eating too much of food. We really don't realize that most of the disease that we are facing today is because of eating in the wrong way, eating wrong food, eating bad food. They say that we are what we eat. If we are eating good food, we would be good. If we are eating bad food, we are going to be bad. If you are eating unhealthy food, we are going to be unhealthy. So we are what we eat. It is very, very, very important to make sure that you are eating right food. See, there are two kinds of people. Some live to eat, like me, and some eat to live. Basics. Let's talk about people like who live to eat. They are foodies. They are always craving for good food. They do anything to eat good food. They want to eat different varieties of food, different types of food, different cuisines. See, food industry is a very big industry. All these restaurants, different kinds of masala food, different kinds of cuisines, different kinds of fast food, paratha, chapati, beef, chicken fry, this, that, different kinds of cuisines are available, and it's billions of dollars of food being sold to people, and they eat it, they enjoy it. The kind of packed food, processed food coming out, and you see the kids. KFC, McDonald's, they fight at home because they want to have KFC or McDonald's. It's promoted in such a big way. Are these things really good for our kids? Are these things really good for us? We go out, have food. We don't know how these food are cooked or processed or how they are stored. The meat. In Maldives, I went to a supermarket to buy frozen chicken. This was many years back. After that, I stopped buying frozen chicken. And the expiry date was almost 1 year. The chicken is killed, packed, frozen. It's sent from a different country. It's transported. Maybe the temperature is maintained well, or we don't know. It comes to a store here, it comes to the customs cleared, and then it goes to the warehouse, and it is stored there in the freezer. It can be sold for next almost 6 to 8 months. The expiry date, what they put, was 1 year from the date of packing. Do we really need to freeze this meat and eat? In earlier times, see, if we take long back, humans used to hunt, eat, and they will eat next only when they are hungry. Nowadays, what happens? Morning we wake up, have a cup of tea, immediately some biscuits, after that some breakfast, then we go out, we have a tea there, maybe we'll have some snacks there, then we go to a friend's place, he will offer a cup of tea or a juice, a packed juice, not fresh juice, we don't know what it is, then we drink that, then it's lunchtime, immediately we have lunch, after lunch take some rest, we sleep, or we do something else, then again it's tea time, snack, and it's like continuously eating. Do we really need to eat so much of food? We need to think over it. Kids, definitely they need more food because they are growing. During my childhood, my young age, I was brought up, my parents, we hardly went out for food. Mostly the food was homemade. My mother used to cook whatever we need. And after that, when I started working and earning myself, I developed a habit of eating outside. But the rule was you need to eat at home. 1 o'clock the lunch would be ready. I should come home and have my lunch. Most of the days when I go out for business reasons, I'll have lunch with my friends. And immediately I'll come home and I will act as if I am really very hungry because my mother is waiting there with the plate of lunch already served on the table. So there is no option for me to say no, I don't want my lunch because I had outside. I'm not supposed to do that. So I used to have lunch at home also, no problem. Two lunch, okay for me. Two breakfast, okay for me. After that, evening snacks, okay for me. Because that age, it was like 20s, it's okay. 30s, by mid 30s, again, it depends upon how active you are, how physically active you are. Even at the age of 20, if you are a college going student, you just go study, eat, you will become obese. It is very important to make sure that you are physically active, you are eating right food. Food is something, for me those days it was like taste. Somebody says there's a good shop there, they opened recently, they get really good kappa and mean curry, fish curry, or the tapioca and fish curry, or you get really good seafood. Okay, let's drive. Even I used to drive from Trivandrum to Alapi backwaters to have food, have my lunch. So I used to travel for food. There are so many who does that. Even now I travel for food. Somebody say that there's a new restaurant there. That's my other channel about actually. It's travel, food, and destination. If somebody says that there is a place which serves really good food, some specialities there, I will definitely go and review it. That's my habit. So that's a very big industry, but if you look health point of view, it's not really good. You should know what you are eating. You should know. At least see, once in a while is okay. 95% if you are going to eat good food, you are knowing what you are eating, then there's no problem. But if you are not aware of what you are eating and you are eating and you are eating, you will definitely end up with some kind of lifestyle disease at a very young age. By mid 30s or late 30s or early 40s. That's very common now. In my diabetic channel, I see lots of youngsters contacting me, telling me that I am diabetic, I am just 25 years old, I am just 30 years old, I am just 28 years old. Same thing happened to me. I was just 32 when I was diagnosed diabetic, but for me it was a very different reason. It was not because of my lifestyle or my way of eating. In fact, I was eating very bad, to be very frank, but I was working out, my lifestyle was very different. I used to burn out heavily. For me, it was a different reason. It could happen to anybody also. So let's understand that this food industry is taking this world to a very unhealthy world. It's left up to you to decide what to eat. We cannot stop the industry from making food. There are some levels of certification, some levels of testing, some guidelines set by the government. You can make the food so and so way, hotels should function so and so way. But it's your health. You need to take care of your health. You need to make sure that you are eating right. You are not spoiling your food. See, if you are going to eat something which is going to damage your health, then you need to be careful about that. Otherwise, on a long run, it would be really tough. I started doing intermittent fasting almost 6 to 8 months back. I then realized that we don't need to eat so much of food. I was maintaining the same weight. I, to be very frank, reduced so much of food. Eat right food. Again, depends upon. See, if you are traveling, if you are a foodie, you want to try different food, it's going to be difficult. But when I closed the gap of that 16 hours of fasting and just 8 hours of eating, in this 8 hours, I could monitor what I am going to eat. This 8 hours, I decided to eat only good food, only food that I need. That really helped me in changing different parameters of my blood test results. It really improved. So, if you're a foodie, you should eat good food. Make sure that you're eating hygienic food, healthy food. Processed food are the biggest troublemakers. Eat food as much raw as you can. If you're able to eat unprocessed food or raw food or homely food, then it's great. You will definitely feel, or you will definitely see the effects of eating good food over a period of time. It doesn't happen like today I ate good food, tomorrow I'll be fine. Eat it for, test it for next 6 months. You will find a lot of changes in your life, and you will really realize that you don't need to eat too much, this much of food. So what is our diet? Basically, it's three macronutrients: protein, carbohydrates, and fat. Eat good protein, good fat, and good carbohydrates. There are really good sources of protein, really good sources of carbohydrates and fat. All natural things. No need to go for any processed food. You can get all these things from very natural sources and keep yourself healthy. Eat the right quantity at right time. Eat as natural as possible. This will really help you in improving your health. So you are what you eat. Then the second group of people who just eat to live. Eat to live, basics. Have my lunch, have my tea, have my breakfast, have my dinner, and have a limited quantity. It's not like, for me, see what happens is, I just had my lunch, and if I'm going out and on the way I meet my friend and he invites me for a cup of coffee, definitely I'll have coffee or some snacks with that. But now I have changed. Now I would have something which would really not impact my calorie count or my blood glucose level, or I look into that. Now, for example, if I'm going out, and if I have to have, because there are so much of social responsibilities, or we need to keep up socially, so we cannot say no. Say, okay, I will have a black coffee, right? For me, black coffee is good. I have black coffee because it doesn't put any calories into my body, so it's okay for me. Or if it's a lunchtime, I select my food. I won't eat whatever is available. If it's not available, if it's just some fried rice or something which I really don't want to eat, I try to avoid. I try my best, and I do avoid. Almost I avoid these days, and I have started seeing the good results of that. So, guys, to conclude, my message would be: you are what you eat. So, eat food, right quantity, healthy food, unprocessed food, food which are really good for your health, which wouldn't spoil your health. Junk foods, or avoid that. Once in a while, it's fine. Then don't waste food. There are so many people around the world who don't get food, so we should be respecting that, and we should not waste food. Even if you can afford to buy food, it doesn't mean that you have the right to waste food. That's something very important to understand. See, no, people say, "Oh, it's my money, I have purchased the food, I can throw it, I can do whatever I want." That's completely wrong. See, these resources are for people. So if you are not going to eat, try to give it to somebody who doesn't have to eat. There are so many people around the world who don't have food to eat, right food to eat. Even to be very frank, I have experienced that. I have lived months when I didn't have money to have my lunch. So I know the real problem. I know the real feelings of that when you don't have food to eat. I have experienced that also. I'll share that story one day. So respect others, don't waste food, and eat right food, right time, right quantity. That will make a big difference in your life. You can try it. Would love to hear from you guys, your thoughts, comments. So that's all for now. Bye. Take care.